Why's up? It's your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your nephew, your friend, but I can't be your son as your kinfolk. William Jewell, giving you my detail as I articulate. This is articulating rap. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and turn all the notifications on so you can get all the new content, all the new videos when I post them. I just came here to articulate, give you the telescopic and microscopic view of hip-hop from far away and up close. I'm trying to give you my detail. And I mean, nothing much is really happening in rap news, although Kendrick is continuing to break records. Right? And I hear people are getting tired of hearing about the accomplishments of Kendrick Lamar, but the reason why a lot of people are making these posts on these accomplishments, because that's the thing that Drake used to hang his hat on, is the numbers that he was doing. And the fact that Kendrick is doing numbers is a testimony to how big his star has risen and how he is now a much more comparable artist than Drake in the hip-hop sense and just in the popular aspect of things. And so, you know, it's been a year. Right now is May 4th, but it's pretty much been a year since the whole battle went down, and that's the hot topic of news now. And I went to the Arlington, Texas concert where Kendrick Lamar broke that record with 11.8 million. And they said in 4 shows he's done 42 million. So man, salute to Kendrick Lamar. But I hate the way they put that term. He's the first black man to do such and such. He's the first black rapper or whatever. I hate the first black man title. Like, if he's not the first man or the first male or the only artist that has done this feat, I don't like attaching the first black to anything anymore at this point in time. Right? Because it is what it is. Just say he's accomplished this feat. Right? Y'all don't want the DEIs. Just say he's accomplished this feat. But I mean, at the same time, yes, should it get attention? I get it. Should it be highlighted that this is an accomplishment that we haven't made as a people, as a community? Yes, but the fact that it's being made, it triggers me as well, because then it highlights how far we haven't come to being on that equal playing field. But I digress. Right? And damn, DJ Head. It was some points when DJ Head and Maul had that talk and slight debate between the battle, Kendrick Lamar's camp, Drake's camp. I think DJ Head is a credible representative, but I just don't think he was the best representative to do that job. And I mean, I like DJ Head. You know, I like his mindset when it comes to making music, get on the radio, what he says as far as the BPMs, where they need to be a blapper, to be a slapper. You know what I'm saying? I like DJ Head, like just his confidence. But, you know, throughout the conversation, I feel like he be trying to sound too smart, and then he overtalks himself into something he really doesn't know anything about, like he thinks he knows about, and he's trying to use examples, and sometimes he doesn't land his point with those examples. He never really truly lands his points at times, and I feel like even though Maul was delusional with some of the rhetoric he was spewing and how he was trying to defend Drake and trying to make it seem like, you know, Drake had less infractions than he really did. I get it. And I feel like Maul did a better job representing the Drake side than DJ Head represented Kendrick's side, because the facts are clearly there. If you watch this battle from beginning to end, the facts are clearly there. And the fact that he said he don't like Meet the Grams, the fact that he said he don't like 616, yes, it makes him a little bit more unbiased. But if he don't like those songs and they came out during the battle, like, I don't think that guy should be a good representative for that side. And salute to Maul. Because even if I didn't agree with some of his takes, he was getting his takes off. Word to Justin Hunt. Right? Jeremy Hecht. Elliot Wilson. I mean, I watch them all. I check them all out. You know, not saying they give me, like, my opinion on things, but they put things into perspective, and then I can have all these thoughts together and kind of choose what I wanted to run with. But I mean, from the beginning of that, you know, podcast episode to the end, even the fact that Head did say Maul was delusional, he just couldn't define it and put it in a way that made sense. And Maul, Damaris, and Rory were able to back him and subjectively or objectively disagree with him. And so that's why, although he's the West Coast guard, you know, I feel like his strengths and talents are, you know what I'm saying, elsewhere versus going head to head with somebody that's been doing this podcast shit a little bit longer than him. And I mean, you could tell that Maul was a polished, a skilled, somebody that been talking for a living and doing this and trying to increase their content, because, like, I mean, I don't think people really truly say this about Maul. When you think about Maul, he took one for the team so the Rory and Maul podcast could grow. He took one for the team. He stood out there on the ledge. He stood out there on the island and really defended Drake. Made some enemies in the West Coast. Created some people that didn't really like him because of some of his takes. But he stood out there on the ledge. He wasn't trying to be biased. He wasn't trying to be unbiased. He wasn't trying to be neutral. Because he knew that this side was going to want to have a voice and want to have a platform. And he took that on the chin. He took everything on the shoulder. Like, you got to salute to Maul. Right? Because even if you're on Kendrick's side of the battle, the fact that he won, it wasn't hard to defend him. It wasn't hard to see that Drake lost. It wasn't hard. So DJ Head has really taken the easiest way possible. The easiest route to the top. Because I didn't even know who DJ Head was before this battle. And he's a representative of Kendrick or TDE. Like, Head just didn't seem like he really paid attention to this battle like he should have. I think it's just more so Push-Ups, Euphoria, Not Like Us. Those were the main songs he paid attention to, and he missed a lot by only just understanding those 3 songs. And let's not forget Family Matters, so we can call that 4. But shit, salute to Maul. Shout out to DJ Head too. I mean, but you need to be DP, bro. You need to be kind of disciplined. Because although Head made some good points, I think Head's lack of experience showed. And that's kind of my perspective on the Maul versus Head debate, argument, or just, you know, discussion of the battle that happened last year. And I guess I want to go over my thoughts of the battle that happened last year in my experience and the friends and the conversations we was having in different group chats, and just me and my wife talked about the battle. And even when we go to like that, I mean, let's go to first person shooter. I'm going to be honest. Let's go to first person shooter. When I first heard first person shooter, I felt like Cole killed Drake, and Drake was trying to not rap on that song. He was trying to say girls' names. Like, I felt like Drake took a step back in trying to compete with Cole. He was trying to be more swaggy on that song, and Cole really went to rapping. That was my first perspective when I heard First Person Shooter. Okay? I didn't think about Kendrick Lamar when I heard that. Only when J. Cole referenced, the big three in the song. So let's start there. Let's start there because ever since the Meek Mill battle between Drake and him and the ghostwriting allegations was exposed, I feel like then we go to the Pusha T, and I'm a big fan of Pusha T, so that is the battle that made me really look at Drake differently. For real, for real. And I held Drake to a certain type of standard. And to be honest, after that battle is kind of when his music started to dwindle. And I really kind of saw his music for what it was. Like going forward. So at the beginning of this battle, I definitely was not a fan of Drake like that. I appreciated Kendrick's music, but Kendrick Lamar had been gone for 5 years. He gave us Family Ties, and then he gave us Mr. Morale. But in between that time, Cole was a guy that I had to lean and depend on because I couldn't get Kendrick Lamar. Drake was just, somebody that was a mainstay in hip hop and that could make hits, like undeniable things. But as far as me just being a fan of Drake and having love for him, some of that love went out the window around, the things that was exposed with Pusha T. Right? So now we go to Like That. We get Like That, Future and Metro. To be honest, if we're going to be 100% honest, I didn't think that song was all that. I thought the beat was cold. I didn't really like Future's verse on there. And the first listen to it, Kendrick and the ad-libs kind of caught me by surprise. But then as I started to listen to it a little bit more, I really liked it. Hey, okay, let's get it, bro. DOT, the money, power, respect. The last one is better. It's a lot of goofies with a chick. Like, that's when I really started to see what Kendrick Lamar really did. Like, sometimes Kendrick music don't hit me right away. I gotta play it like a couple times for it really to resonate with me. And that was song that did that for me. And Like That, that was like 3 weeks #1. And I think since that song was so big, I think that's why Drake had to respond. Had that song not been big, I don't think Drake would have said anything. But since that song was so big and it was #1 3 weeks in a row, I think that's why Drake felt like he had to respond. Okay? Now let's go further. Drake, he released his push-ups. I was at the Daddy Stroller Club. Daddy Social Stroller Club. Shout out Calvin Bridgewater. I was there when push-ups came out. Like, it was on YouTube. And I was like, hey, Drake, he dropped something, bro. What y'all think? Like, this was a discussion, you know what I'm saying, amongst the bros, the fathers, and the Daddy Stroller Social Club. And, I still don't respect Drake like that. So, it is what it is. But, it was just one of those things where when I was listening to push-ups, I was like, okay. I see Drake. This is light, but this is a way to enter the chat. This is a way to enter the discussion. And Taylor Made, I didn't really like Taylor Made like that. But the push-ups, like, okay, this man got small feet. drop and give me 50, but I already understood like what you talking about. Kendrick Lamar getting raped money financially wise by the record label owners when you were signed for Baby, signed to Baby, Lil Wayne, Cash Money, all that stuff. So that's immediately what I thought about. And then that was just, yeah, that was my feel around push-ups. I felt like it was enough to get the party started. I felt like that was a jam though. Like, man, I didn't know if that was gonna catch steam or not. But that was a light jab, and the thing is, it didn't really catch steam like that. It didn't really, it was good, it was popping, but that song never went number one. And if we talking about Kendrick didn't let Family Matters breathe, he definitely let Push-Ups breathe a little bit. He let Push-Ups breathe. Drake got his shit off. And then Drake did Taylor Made freestyle. This is the mistake freestyle. This is what made the West Coast galvanize against him. This is what, when he said talk about little girls, that's a gift for me. The Joe Budden podcast said it had to be true. Like, this is where Drake pretty much made his mistakes. And then you need to be writing a quintuple entendre. You're in that you're in that condo in New York, or you somewhere in New York thinking of something to say. Like, I be around somebody. No, that's not what he said, Whitney. But this is where Drake made the mistake at to me. This is where Drake made the mistake at to me. Cause I heard it and I was like, okay, this is not all that to me. He not really saying much. Like, I hear what he's saying, but this is not all that to me. But I was thinking in my head, like, if Kendrick don't say nothing, cause the thing is, you got to think about the time we're living in. Kendrick Lamar, he only dropped the album, that Mr. Morale. Before that, he didn't drop nothing in 5 years. So from 2017 to 2022, he didn't really release nothing. And then this is 2024, 2 years after Mr. Morale. We didn't know if he was going to be able to continue to rap with Drake. We didn't know if he was really about entering the battle. At least I kind of questioned Kendrick, but I knew whatever he did going forward, I knew it was going to be solid. So then we go forward. Right, we got Euphoria. Euphoria was, I'm just trying to remember that happened in the morning, and I was coming back from kickboxing and I was listening to it, and I was like, I was blown away from Euphoria. I was blown away. Like, I had friends like, I ain't really like Euphoria like that. I had a guy like, he not really into rap like that. He into Christian rap. But he didn't like how Kendrick was saying he hate the way Drake walk and talk. He thought that wasn't cool. But like, I really liked Euphoria. I feel like Euphoria, that was the bomb, right? That was some shit. Then 616, that was like one of my personal favorites of this rap battle. So the fact that Head said he didn't like it, that kind of threw me off. But 616, my confession is yours, but who am I if I don't go to war? There's opportunity living with loss. I find myself when I fall short. Hey, like that war cry. That war cry, I didn't want to do it, but I gotta do it. Who am I if I don't go to war? There's opportunity when living with loss. I discover myself when I fall short. So he was saying, I have to go to war. And if I lose, I'll learn more about myself than I will if I win. So Kendrick was okay with the results. He already made his mind up. He was okay with the results. And he was still keeping it light on Euphoria. You don't know nothing about that. He said something about his son, right? I think that's what ticked Drake off the most. You mentioned my son. Now deal with his dad. I gotta go bad. I gotta go bad. I think that's what people are missing in translation. I don't know if the conversation was had before he said, I'll be with some bodyguards like Whitney. The family is off limits. But Maul was right in saying I'll be with some bodyguards like Whitney was pretty light. Right? It was pretty light. But the fact that Kendrick was basically saying Drake is not a good dad, that was light too. Especially depending on where he took it there. But Drake took that personal. He felt like, even though he didn't say his son's name, you mentioned my relationship with my son. Same way Stephen A. mentioned LeBron's relationship with Bronny and the Los Angeles Lakers. You still mention my relationship with my son. So now that to me is personal. So I think that's what sent Drake off. Now deal with his dad. Now deal with his dad. Family matters. But the thing is, we got to talk about family matters. Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go hand him a Grammy right now. I think that stuck. I think that stuck. Because now a lot of people do question Kendrick Lamar getting so much awards at the Grammys, and why Drake, somebody who's always did numbers, never has. Right? Kendrick is one of the most acclaimed in his generation. And Drake is one of the most popular, most numbers driven artists in his generation. And so there's two sides to the coin. And just the fact that Kendrick has won all those Grammys and Drake hasn't really received much at all, you know, I could see why that sticks and why you question like his award-winning ability. Kendrick's, that is. But it's not it's Big D in this video proof. Like, come on now. He said he beat his wife. He said Dave Free was the father of his son. So he dropped Meet the Grams. He talked to his mama. He talked to his daddy. He talked to his son. He talked to the daughter that we don't know if it was true or not. But all the lies that Drake spewed in Family Matters, it doesn't matter if whatever he said on Meet the Grams was a lie or not. It did what it was supposed to do for that moment. And before anybody would start to really dig into if Drake had a daughter or not Like Us came out. And when we talk about the setup for Not Like Us, Meet the Grams is a setup because certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Like when we talk about that line being the one line that was the most, you know what I'm saying, most disheartening thing for Drake's career going forward. The only reason why that line stuck so much is because of the setup on Meet the Grams. Dear Sandra, dear Dennis, and when he talked about the embassy gonna be just like P. Diddy crib, right? You hypersexualizing them. He got kinks of an info fetish. Grew yourself a beard because you knew it'll fit you better. Like, and that set up, all that talk set up the certified level boys, certified pedophiles. Like, we don't understand how good of a setup Meet the Grams was. So, I mean, Family Matters, when that dropped, I was at home. I was like, damn, Drake, that nigga killed that shit. I was like, Drake got something. He ain't on that bullshit. I was like, Drake got a little something. But when Meet the Grams dropped, I was like, whoa, that changed my mood. That changed my spirit, my energy completely. And then Not Like Us that next day, oh my God. I love that song the first time I heard that song. And then we go to Heart Part 6. I remember we was at this Cinco de Mayo festival out here in Frisco, Rough Riders Ballpark. Then they was like, Drake drop, Drake drop. And as soon as I got in the Uber back to the house, I was trying to listen to it. And I was just like, okay. And then the next thing you know, it was over. So, I mean, that's kind of my analysis of the battle and kind of like my experience. I feel like I could detail it a little bit more, but it'll take a lot longer time. And, you know, just my thoughts on the battle. I mean, and Drake, like, I do believe he surrendered. He pretty much said it. If you got some truth, I will rap with you, but I'm not going to rap with you no more if this is what we're going to be doing. So I think that Drake, when he'll look back like that was the worst decision I made, was to let Not Like Us continue to go and not really return fire with a hot track. But at the same time, how many more do I have in stock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. I also think that was a deterrent as well. So, I mean, 1 year later, that's my look at the rap beef. Dope Boy Phone, Quavo, and Takeoff. I really loved hearing that. Quavo, he was not rapping nothing about anything on that second verse. And I love Quavo. He definitely vibed out on that second verse, but you could tell he freestyled. He didn't write nothing because he wasn't rapping about anything on that second verse. But Dope Boy Phone, that shit went hard. The beat, just the vibe and Takeoff and his ad-libs behind Quavo himself. That was just some good music right there. Benny the Butcher, Excelsior. Benny surprised me with this album / EP because we never heard about it. We never knew it was coming. So the fact that he kind of dropped this out of nowhere, I think he did himself a disservice for doing that. Right? And I mean, I like the song he did with Styles P. Right? I think it was a couple of good, hard songs on this album, but like he could have kept this, and he could have really just gave us a body of work. But we know with Griselda, same thing with West Side Gun, they like to release music and just kind of stay relevant and stay in the framework of things. So for him releasing this, I'm not mad at him because this is his normal style of releasing things. Like he released 3 or 4 projects last year. So, I mean, this is right in line with how he moves. But I just don't think, like, with the quality of this body work, like, it was any point for him to release. And since he released 4 things last year, it was best for him to focus on a true project. And We All Can't Go, or Everybody Can't Go, like, that was a good album. Then Summertime Butch, then he did the joint with 38 Special. So, I mean, he and all of those projects was pretty quality, but when I compare this to Summertime Butch, I don't really get that same feeling. So the production, the griminess was there. The lyrics, I guess, was there, but other than that, it was just the same old song and dance, and it really didn't impress me like that. Right? Then we go to Xavier Omar. Right? He's in R&B. I really, like him as an artist. And just reading his bio on Apple Music, he's from San Antonio, Texas, so that really turned me up. Like to know that this guy's from Texas, know that Leon Bridges is from Texas, and they giving us this soul, they giving this vocal harmony, like they're giving it to us. I mean, it's really impressive, and I'm really appreciative of what they're doing. Honeymoon Mountains, Xavier Omar. But man, it was refreshing to hear from Xavier Omar again. This sounds like something that you could play at your honeymoon. Just like Miserable, the Samat, like I really like the intro song. Little Mistakes, man. Like, man, just thinking about this album, State of the Wheel, like, oh my God. Like, he really hammered down a lot of thoughts. He didn't make it toxic. He made it, sensual. He made it lovely, beautiful, and just a euphoric feeling. So when we talk about R&B and we talk about the albums that have been released this year, not much R&B, not compared to last year. But Xavier Omar is definitely going to be in that top category for me, right? For right now, like maybe number one, because off the top of my head, I can't think of an R&B album that was released this year that really deserves my attention or that I haven't talked about. I liked Sir's deluxe version to Heavy, which is the light, but it was only like 5 tracks, so that's more of an EP. To me, I like SZA, what she did with the deluxe to SOS. But I mean, it's a deluxe. Same thing with Sir. So I don't really view it as a new body of work. So when we talk about the R&B that came out this year, I believe Xavier Omar is somebody that needs to be mentioned. Right? Because it's very few, far between artists that don't sound like they're trying to get a pop deal. Like, I hate pop music. I hate that shit that sound like you got somebody with a lighter voice that can sing a little bit, but their range is kind of in the high pitch area and they don't do much other than that. I would love to hear something from Brent this year. I would love to hear something from Brent. That's one of my R&B artists. Maybe Daniel Caesar. And maybe yeah, Brent, Daniel Caesar. If I could think about somebody else, I mean, Ari Lennox, right? She's going to Dreamville. I haven't talked about Dreamville. I haven't talked about that departure, but I feel like that was going to happen regardless. So, and maybe I should, maybe I would, but I'm not going to do it right now. But I'm going to just leave it how it is right now. I'm going to say what I want to say. I got a lot of things I got to do today. But I wanted to come to y'all, kind of just give y'all my opinion on the battle that happened last year. Kind of like some game, some things about the music that was released this past weekend. And I'll probably have a little bit more insight for you. I know there were more songs that came out. The ATL Experience, 2 Chainz and the Osley Brothers. I love that. Atlanta, come back to me. Like, instead of Atlantis, he said Atlanta. But it's your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your nephew, your friend, but I can't be your son. It's your kinfolk, William Jewell. Well, giving you my detail as I articulate. This is articulating. Rap, rap, rap.